No balls.
What?
Run. Sorry.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Not you, I'm talking about.
Oh.
Can you see the whole board or no?
Don't worry. Oh, that's weird. How do I make it?
No balls.
I don't want to breathe.
No, it's not like that.
How do you make it angle down?
I don't know. I need to find a new thing that tripod holder that
Watch this come on. I was trying to wrap it.
Yeah. Damn.
You know, I got it.
This?
This? Going down?
There's so many twists.
How many
Break it.
does it take to stabilize?
Oh, dude. Oh. You're dumb. Dude, I got this. Hold up. I gotta fix this.
You can do it tonight.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's make it slow.
Oh.
There we go.
Going to what? The what? No. It's a 7. I better than do at 7 p.m.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, which board do you want to see? Okay.
Alright, so I think the one with tangent, that one.
Yes.
Okay. So can I just take a derivative with tangent first? I just don't want. I'll leave that one alone and I'll take a derivative with tangent.
Shut up, Mahmoud. He's good now. He hasn't started.
He like on average has like 1 viewer.
No, not even.
And you're gonna do that one here. So I'm gonna ask you to take a derivative with tangent. But here's the thing. I don't want to tell you derivative of tangent is. I want you to go find it. And you say,
I found
what do
it.
you mean? So
No.
can I think of any rules I can use here, or we learned from yesterday? A quotient rule. Good. So now I will rewrite this function, so d to the dx. I want you to work it out. I want you to work it out, and I'll show you how to simplify it to the right way.
Low D high minus high D low.
Thank you, so that.
It's written bad there. Forgot.
I'm so stupid. What the hell? I did something.
That's like something. How many eyes
You
are
play
in
soccer? Or
the
you play what? You play soccer?
How many eyes are in the
What else
How do you spell the ribbon?
D-E-R-I-V-I-T. Yeah. Something.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
I'm not a speller.
Okay, so can you guys work out a derivative, please? You don't need to run your mouth to take out derivative. You're just gonna take it. So this is a quotient. So it must be low derivative high minus high derivative low over low low. So can you work it out? I'll give you another 30 seconds to work it out. Julia, you done?
Not yet.
You're gonna help me, okay? No pressure.
No pressure. Your entire.
Oh damn, you erased it.
Okay. So when you do the low D high D
Guys,
low.
I can now overhear you guys. Yes.
When you do the low D high, the high D low over low, you get cosine squared x.
Okay, so tell me what low is what?
Low is cosine x,
Okay, D high is what?
cosine x
Okay.
minus sine x, and then in parentheses negative sine x over cosine x squared. And then. when you
So this one it can be simplified to cosine squared x.
plus sine squared x over cosine squared. And if we go back to the identities, we can change cosine squared x plus sine squared x to 1. So then you get 1
Okay, so really depends on the textbook. I think IB, they say derivative tangent x is 1 over cosine square x. But as far as the AP goes, they usually rewrite this into secant square of x. Okay, so let's go back and review that question. What was the question that 45 it says?
43. I think it's 43.
What is it? X
Negative x
plus tangent of x?
Yeah.
Right, but we know this one is gonna be what? -1, and we know this part is gonna be what? Plus secant square of x. So this is the f of x. This is the f prime of x. And we know this one is also identity. What is the identity of this one?
No, it's like the trig identities. Like it's the beginning trig identities that we learned. Like that.
What is it? What is the identity for this one? Secant square of x minus 1 is what? Tangent
Yeah.
squared. So that was the answer for this one. Okay, so now with knowing that, I want you to take a derivative of secant of x.
Oh, I need to memorize. I
Huh?
don't have these memorized. I have to work them out every time.
Bobby and
Erica,
no, Bobby and what's his name? Brandon. They invented a new way to memorize this, which is like it's a very non-PG-13.
can you repeat it?
I'm gonna end the live stream real quick just so you can repeat it.
You can ask them.
I don't see Bobby until first.
Huh?
I don't see Bobby until first. Could you just like repeat it real quick?
No.
I see You'll get fired?
Probably.
Alright, that's what he wants, right?
I just read this tired today, and I said tired.
So secant of x, what can I rewrite as? 1 over cosine, good. So that's gonna be theta dx of 1 over cosine of x. Okay? So now we're gonna say, okay, well, that also means I'm gonna use the quotient rule.
Quotient rule. Wow.
Okay, so low d high, which derivative is 1 and 0, minus high d low over low low. So that's equal to sine of x over cosine square of x. And I don't like this. The reason why I don't like this is because they have denominator. I don't really like denominator. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to split them to 2 different cosines. So what will it be here? Tangent x and secant x. So we're going to say that's equal to secant of x and tangent of x. And so secant x, tan of x. So derivative of secant of x is equal to secant x, tan x.
Mister, you can tell us what the PG non-PG ways. I can mute the microphone.
Yeah, mute it.
There's a new microphone button. I can actually
Yeah,
mute
there's
it.
actually a mute microphone button right
Or
here.
you can whisper to me. I'll say it.
No. No.
Okay.
You make me look unprofessional.
Then I'll say it. Then you're not. I'm the professional one.
Write it down.
Even more unprofessional. A dean walks in halfway through and writes.
The camera can't see that.
Yeah, the camera
That's
can't.
true.
Yeah.
Just write it down.
So you guys can ask Bob.
But we're gonna memorize it better if it comes out of your mouth.
No balls.
No balls.
You won't.
I can write, I'm fired.
Common board.
Okay, derivative of secant of x equal to secant x tan x. Or he says something about just kind of ignore this part.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I figured that
And then
part
it's
out.
becomes sexy 10 or something. I don't know.
Oh.
But then he started making up all weird stuff. I can't recall anything he said. After that, I just kind of block it out now.
That's Bobby for you.
Oh.
Yeah. That's how you stay sane.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you know how to take a derivative of So we're gonna write down all the trig derivative now. So sine of x, okay, so that's equal to cosine of x. Okay, derivative of secant of x, oh no, this is the secant of x, is equal to the secant
of
x, tan of x, sexy tan, I guess. Derivative of tangent x is equal to secant square of x. Now here's the other side. The pattern of this is going to be very, very easy. So if I take a derivative of this side of cosine of x, I'm going to take a derivative of CSC of x, cotan of x. Okay, so this is going to follow the same pattern, but the only thing is when you take a derivative of anything with a c, it's always end up to be negative.
Oh, word. Never.
So, negative, negative, negative. It's always, everything you take a derivative of c is going to give you negative. So regard anything to take a derivative of anything starting with a c is automatically negative. Now, if you try to go back, you say, okay, derivative, this one's going to go backwards, so it's going to be sine of x. Now you can figure out a pattern for this. This one is going to be, well, obviously this one is same as this one, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have cosecant of x times the counter, the other side, which is cotan of x.
Caught.
Now this one's cotan of x, that's going to be CSC square of x. So that's how you take a derivative on all of them. Questions? Now you need to know how to simplify trig identity and stuff like that. But here's a question to you. So Wednesday, you might have a question like this. I say, hey, f of x is equal to secant of x.
So you mean like 2 days?
Yeah. X is equal to pi over 3. So I say find equation of tangent line. And normal line. So you guys gonna work out this part. You have to know your unit circle. It's back in play now.
Ah, great.
I know that thing is coming back to haunt you every single time. And it will keep on continuing to get you until you memorize it by heart. Or you know how to identify exact value for all of them. So if I have f of x equal to secant of x, x equal to pi over 3, find the equation of tangent line and the equation of normal line.
Just let him swallow it.
That's never happened before.
You are gonna have equation of tangent line on Wednesday.
How long is the Wednesday
quiz.
quiz? How long is it? Like 3 questions or like a
The
lot?
quiz is gonna take a whole period. Because it's gonna have projectile.
Thanks. Good luck, Mahmoud.
Good thing I did physics.
That probably won't help you.
It helps. It helps. We're doing it like tangent line, right? You can figure it out.
Stuff you taught us is just like a.
You guys don't even know what you're doing.
You're not wrong.
You have to know all your trig value now. So that's a way I can ask you trigonometry. That's, derivatives only one line. Derivative secant is on the board. But the rest of them is our trig identity, right? All the trig information that you need to know. You don't need to do quotient rule now. You already know all the derivative of trig functions, right?
Did you give us that one on purpose?
Cool question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can memorize the tangent line?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
dude, find the derivative, right?
Yeah.
And equal it to the function.
Yeah.
And then.
Well, equal to pi over 3. Like, like plug in x for,
Oh,
and then you get the slope at that point. And then for the normal line, you just flip it and make it negative. So it's perpendicular. Does that make sense?
So what is the equation tangent line has three components? Which component I'm giving right now?
The x value.
The x value, but can I find out the y value?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is f of pi over 3?
15 minutes.
What is f of pi over 3? That's gonna be secant of pi over 3, which is equal to 1 over cosine of pi over 3.
1 over 1/2.
So it'll be 1 over 1/2, which is 1 divided by 1/2,
which is those.
2.
You like those, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna take a derivative.
What about those?
So derivative of secant is gonna be secant x 10x, right?
Why are you sitting over there?
Phil, did you get this? Phil, did you get this?
Me?
You obviously didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so your test is on your hand, it's not my hand.
No,
Okay, so
I get the gist of it.
pi over 3. So now it's gonna be secant of pi over 3. And the tangent of pi over 3, right? So that's equal to 2. And this one's equal to square root of 3. So now I'm gonna say y minus 2 equal to 2 square root of 3 times x minus pi over 3. Or the normal line is gonna be y minus 2 minus 1 equal to 2 square root of 3 x minus pi over 3.
The new chicken tenders, bro, are just too
Well, you don't
I gotta try that. I've been making the McDonald's for like a solid 3 years.
Bro, cute though.
I mean, you can choose to rationalize.
I don't want you to mark my whole question wrong.
No. If the answer is the answer. I mean, at most I probably could take out point, if not rationalize, but that's the answer already. Because if you graph it as a normal line, then that is text. There's no such a thing that you have to rationalize the denominator. It's in algebra 2 we make that rules. But in the old algebra 2 textbook, they actually ask you, one part of the question says rationalize the denominator. Second part of the question they say rationalize the numerator.
No, the way you got the bottom is the normal line.
The old algebra 2. Okay. We're gonna talk about another thing is this part, generic derivative. Generic. Okay, generic. No. But before we do that, we're gonna talk about something else. It's called, you have to understand, you can take a derivative more than once.
Oh, yeah.
You can take a derivative twice. You can take the three times, 4 times, 5 times. But notation you have to recognize. Last year I didn't teach this part, so they screw up, everybody screw up this question. Last year there was a question that says, f of x is equal to sine of x. And they say, what is f of phi of x? And they were like, what?
So 5 times.
Why is there a
Yes.
line, but why is there like a parentheses next to the sign of
Yeah,
x?
it's a phi, so it's
No,
not
no,
power.
no, 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 like,
should rewrite it to
look at the
5
top
times.
sign of x, and there's like a parentheses.
Take the derivative 5 times.
You have to take a derivative 5 times. Literally, you have to take a derivative 5 times.
You don't have to. If you know like the derivatives.
Well, you know the
Like
derivative for the sine.
It'll
But
go
when you
back.
take a derivative 5 times, it's gonna be, it will repeat every 4 terms.
So you take the derivative, so it's a slope. So taking the derivative of a derivative, what is that?
It's the slope of a slope.
Of the slope, of the slope, of the slope. So the second
We're
derivative
gonna
is
talk
like,
about that. Good question.
I want that graph down for me.
Now, how do I take a fifth derivative of this? But you're gonna see, I can actually take 73 derivative of this.
and all of these just
Okay?
of x.
So essentially the answer will be exactly the same. 73 and 5, they're exactly identical. But you're gonna say, let's take the first 4 derivatives, what happens? So let's get the f1 derivative. So this the first derivative is equal to cosine of x, right? F double prime of x is equal to what?
Negative sine of x.
Negative sine of x, right? F triple prime of x is gonna be what?
Negative cosine.
Negative cosine of x. And the f4
Sine of x.
of x is equal to what? Sine of x. So look on the first one here, the first term, this is the first term, this is the fourth derivative. So the fourth derivative is gonna start, so look at fifth derivative. Is equal to take derivative of sine of x is equal to what?
Negative cosine.
Cosine.
That's cosine of x. Positive.
And f6 is gonna be what?
Negative side.
So you see this, it start repeating again.
Appreciate it.
So it just depends on your remainder is.
No.
So I can say f of 73 powered, or 73x, like this. That just means 73, I'm gonna take a 4, right? Then that's gonna be 1, 4, and that's gonna be 3, 3, that's gonna be 8, 32, 1, remainder of 1. So remainder of 1, that means a 72 term derivative is gonna give you a sine of x. That means I'm gonna go through 18 times of this. And then right next thing is gonna be cosine of x. So it's equal to cosine of x. Okay, so those are the things that I didn't cover last year, was on my AP exam, and everybody's freaking
Oh
out.
yeah, you're like, there was a second derivative question and no one knew what it meant.
No, it was like the 6th derivative.
Oh wow.
And they were like, what? It's just gonna be a 6. Now let's talk about notation. Notation, they can be in this way. So they can be f prime of x, f double prime of x, f triple prime of x, f,
Quadruple.
this is gonna be 4
Oh.
of x, f prime of x. Okay, so this is a derivative. Now they can be different notation. It could be implicitly, so it's gonna be d to the dx.
Oh. Yeah.
Squares, not 1, of f of x, or d to the dx, 2, that means second derivative,
Whoa.
and the d to the d
Cute.
3, that's equal to f of x, that's the same thing, or d to the dx to the 4th, and d to the dx of 5.
Is 2 of them.
Or there's another one.
Oh yeah.
Another notation is they can be this one, now this one you don't have to worry about. But maybe, I don't know, we're still gonna teach you, so it's gonna be dx of y. Okay, so I think this is to the 1 power. Dx to the 2, dx to the 3, derivative respect to x. This is actually another way to note, and d for x, y.
So you wrote 3 twice.
I can't count. 4, 5. Or you can do this. Also another one is y prime, y double prime, y triple prime, y fourth, parenthesis, y fifth, parenthesis. Okay, so those are all notation. A different notation of a derivative. Are we okay here? Okay, we're gonna talk about generic. We're gonna make up a questions. And we're gonna say as f of 2 is equal to name a number.
3.
7. Okay. F prime of 2 is gonna be what?
3.
6.
3. G of 2 is gonna be what?
36.
No, it's too big. 5. Okay, G prime of 2 is equal to what? 1. Okay, good. We're gonna name this question. Okay, so now we're gonna do something called generic. Generic is, we're gonna say that h of x is equal to this.
H of x equals Q.
Okay? So we say, hey, can you find the h prime of 2?
Oh yeah, I remember you giving us this problem. We try that one first. The one on the right side. F of 2 and everything. I mean, everything you need.
So we got g of x over f of x, okay? And h prime of 2, and we say that's equal to what? So you say, hey, how do I approach this? It's actually not as hard as you think.
Yeah, this would be a lot easier.
Let's start by looking at here. Don't look at here. Look at here first. Can I take
No.
something to get to prime? How do I do? What do I have to do here? Derivative, right? So I have to take derivative of this, right? So what am I gonna get?
Low D high minus
No,
high.
no, 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 on this side, what happened? I know you really want to know the What happened to hx? H prime of x. Okay, that's equal to something, 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 something. Now, you're gonna plug in 2 after that, you should get an answer.
So now you. It's really easy. It's literally whole numbers.
Low, low, right? D high. What's the derivative of g of x?
G prime of x.
Minus
G of x. F prime of x. F prime of x. I mean F of x squared. I don't know what that is. I can do it.
So can I replace that 2 in here? Low f of 2. So what is f of 2?
7.
7. How's g prime of 2? 1 minus g of 2,
I don't know.
5. And f prime of 2,
3.
3. Over what? Over 49. 7 squared. So that's 7 minus 15 over 49. So the answer is what? So now I want you to take a derivative of this. I say, hey, can you find if h of x is equal to, I don't know, f of x minus 2x times g of x. Okay? And I say, can you take h prime of 2?
I actually don't know.
Be careful. Careful, don't make mistakes.
Yeah, Emilio.
Yeah, especially him. Doesn't know how to distribute negative signs.
H of x equals f of x minus 2x g of x. And then find h prime of 2. And use the information above, like the stuff that we used for the last problem.
Now, today,
Yeah,
what does prime mean?
Gx.
What does prime mean?
Derivative.
Slope.
Prime means slope. What? Wild.
So that's gonna work out after like 2 minutes.
Wait, what?
It'll work out from the camera.
Dang, dude. Am I like curl the seesaw?
Those 2 days of Lego thing are gonna go into the
You actually did play this?
Oh, I think
Yeah.
Damn.
What are you doing all day? I didn't go all the way around. A minute. You plug in X, 2. X in the answer.
Okay, can you work it out?
Yeah.
Hurry up, man. Yeah, we all do. I only have 2 things for Cass.
Okay, so we have h prime of x using this equation. Stop doing it in my face!
He's not, it's literally on the mat, actually. I'm supervised. I did like the,
Alright, so we have this h of x and h prime of x, take the derivative.
We have to get a
You need to make sure you have the product rule.
The derivative of f of x is f prime of x, and then minus, or we have the product rule here with 2 functions. So then left to right, so 2x times g prime of x. And then plus the right function g of x times 2, so 2g of x, because derivative of the left function is 2. And then we plug in, what is it, 2, h of 2, so f prime of 2 minus 2 times 2, g prime of 2, so I don't know. 2 So proof is actually wrong. That makes sense what I just did. I just plugged in 2.
Probably,
And then
you can do it today.
F prime 2 is, I don't know, 3. So you
Probably
have 3
tomorrow better.
minus
Because I'm meeting right now.
4, and then times g prime 2, which is 1. So 4
Yeah.
times
Is that the
1
homework for today?
plus
Huh?
That's the homework for
2
today?
Yeah.
times g prime of 2, which is, again, 1. So plus
It's
2.
those 3 pages, I'll give you a number.
And then you have 3
I'll take
minus
it
6,
work.
negative 3, if I didn't make a mistake.
So you like
No, wait.
split this apart.
Did I mess up somewhere?
You split this
Yeah, you put G prime for both of them.
Right.
So isn't, no, isn't this
You added the
Oh,
sugar
yeah,
and
yeah,
then the
one,
sun.
but that's 5, so that's plus 2.
Yeah.
I'm taking after that.
Plus 14.
It's still live, Mister, by the way.
Okay, can you turn it off?
Where's end live stream?
That's why I like the
Where do I go to end live stream?
So X in the.
Oh, just the X?
X and then it should like, yeah.
I don't think it was the X.
I don't know, just close